Welcome back to Sunless Skies. This is our second episode. Last time we flapped around the place and eventually came back to New Winchester, where I believe someone will be waiting for me. And why the hell not? A scrubbed clerk begs a moment of your time. I represent Halliger's, the banking house. I promise this will only take a moment of your unquestionably valuable time. He produces a folded contract with a flourish. We hear promising things about you, Archivist. Very promising indeed. Right, so basically this is the bank. This will unlock a bank vault, allowing you to store and withdraw items at any hub port. So New Winchester and the main port of other areas. There, it is done. I'm certain that this represents the beginning of a long and warm relationship between ourselves and your lineage. May it endure. I bid you good day, Archivist. So, that just gives us a bit of extra storage solutions. Oh, the fortunate navigator, who is thoroughly examining my engine's pipework. Oh, I bet you are, you dirty bugger. Probably haven't got enough money for this. I've actually got plenty. Oh, interesting. 100 quid for this. Irons by 6. Affiliation establishment by 1. Well, he's a handsome fella. Let's hire him. He'll make the ship feel pretty. You won't regret this, Captain. The navigator pumped your hand. He's an Imperial, a people descended from ancient Mongolians and led by the Eagle Khan, whose technology opened the door to the skies. A passing skyfarer touzles the navigator's hair. For luck, the woman says, with a grin. The navigator rolls his eyes. She's from my last crew. They thought I brought them luck. I didn't, but I'm still a good hire. Good. Just wasted 100 quid there. Hooray! Right, let's see what we've got. We've got ourselves a first officer. Nice! Right, do we need to be doing repairs? Yes, we do. Fully repair. And now we're basically, I think we've kind of got the freedom to do what the hell we want. Let's check out any prospects. The Devils of The Devils of Carillon are experimenting with the new penance involving close harmony singing. They require 5 gourds of chorister nectar. Oh, that's fine. Because that's reasonably well available, that is. So Carillon, I don't think we've been there, is northwest. So let's grab that. So where are we exactly? Has this changed? The colours changed. Anyway, right, so let's try and go to the northwest. Let's go to Carillon. Although we will actually, I suppose, need to actually buy some nectar first. I think we should just probably explore. I don't think I've actually got enough supplies yet. Hang on. This is probably sensible to actually do some buying and selling before we go. Victoria Market. How many do we... I prefer to get a couple of supplies of any one fuel. It's quite expensive. I want to increase the size of my hold, but I've just spent a lot of money on other stuff, so I can't. God damn it. Cargo bay, that would be 500 quid, but I think we just need another round of buying and selling, and we should hopefully sort that out. There's nothing we've got to sell, I don't think. Let's double check. Oh, we actually got some. I think we were bringing some stuff back, and I can't remember what it was now, because it's been a few days since I recorded this. I think I was actually potentially going to sell this, just for a nice little profiteroo. Supplies, food, we're going to keep that. Yeah, I'll take that. There's the bank, by the way. I can only access it from this port in this area, so if I had I could have put the hours in here and then sold them later, but nah. Anyway, let's go northwest. Although really, I should just take the long way round and see if I can actually buy some nectar. Just to check my exports, and that. Okay, so Port Avon sells souls, Magdalene sells souls, and that's all we've been to. I think it's just going to be a case of exploration then. Let's just go west. Go west, find a new port there. Now let's toddle on. My stats are higher now because I've got the Pretty Boy and the Aviator. Whatever the hell their real names are. Who knows? I could actually have a chat with them and see what we can do. See if we can progress some stories with them. But for now, let's just have a bit of a parp around the place. I keep on moving my mouse around the place, and I really should. It needs hiding. Nobody wants to see that. Now, I really also could have done with... that rock's not assayable or anything, but I really could do with a drill or an assayer and but not quite yet. At some point I want to upgrade my loco, but that's going to take quite a long time, I think. I think 1,500 quid is the best next one up. I've tried that on a different save, and the hold became a much more expansive place. Everything's quiet today. There's no other ships around having a bit of a fight with each other. And we're not really... This is a bit maze-like, isn't it? Not really going west at the moment. Let's try and make... There we go. Try and push our way west as much as we can. Keeping an eye on supplies. 3 and 3. That's okay. As long as we don't have incredibly bad luck, we should be fine. I'm going to send out my bat. See if we can find any supplies just in case. Your bat returns in a right mood. Oh, here we go. That's a question mark as well, so... Could be anything. Oh, actually, I'm only literally just south of Port Avon. I wonder if I did actually turn in my port reports. I can't remember. I might actually have some. That would have netted me a few quid. Oh, there is a... He's gone. Nasty little thing. Those, I think, are best attacked once you've got upgrades. Possibly the butcher's thing. Well, I think we are going towards the question mark. Yes, we are. Oh, hello, there's a lad right there. Let's go for the lad. Oh, miss me. He's not too hot, is he? He might follow me. I'm not going to worry too much about such things. Cuddles Cone. Ah, I see. Yeah, the old signal box. The signal box is shrouded in grey. Close up, you see that the box is covered in delicate webs studded with cocoons. From the black and white, or the blue and white pattern of one bundle, it appears a spider has trapped a teapot. Inside, beneath a desk covered in rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cash inside, but customs dictate they must later replenish it. So I could raid it. Let's read the ledger. The handwriting is poor but legible. Captain Chan withdrew from the cache, citing desperate measures. The captain writes of a homestead their locomotive passed when journeying from Port Avon, which is just to the north. The buildings were in the style of old London. The nostalgia brought the crew together after a near-disastrous encounter with a chorister bee. I now have 2 Sky stories. Nice. I don't think I'm desperate enough to take the cash. I'm not quite sure what that would actually entail. Folly! I believe I can actually come back here later on if I was desperately wanting to raid the cache. Now that can be mined if you've got the right equipment. In fact, look, it's actually going to put it on the map for me. This is getting a bit... We're going south. I can't help but notice. That's not the direction I wanted to go in, which was north. Northwest. Well, it looks like... let's just do some exploration. We're not going to get... I think we should get the nectar before we go up to Carillion. Some supplies. Hopefully it won't hold a nasty surprise. They can do. 1 of the engineers is singing. 1 for the engine, 2 at the dock, 3 from the parson, 4 of the clock, 5 of the stovepipes, 6 left for hell, 7 solemn candles burning at the well. No! Prick. There was a nasty surprise. Right, he's going to charge me, I think. Oh, no, he's actually... No. He looks drunk to me. Hang on, let's try and take him on. Star-maddened explorer. Oh god, he's got a... Oh, miss me. Oh, this is tough. I think he's a bit fast. Ooh, and he's got quite a nasty close-range weapon. Well, hang on. We may have to fight actually in this raid. Oh, got him right in the schnoz. My hull's holding up nicely. He will chase us, but... Oh! Shit. He's going to ram us. Ha! Reverse, reverse, reverse. Go away. Wait for it to cool down. Oop. He's gone, he's gone. Let's chase him. Yes! Got him. Oh, missed him. Yes! Some nice shots there. See what we've got. The crew of this weathered engine had been driven mad by the winds and the stars and the things that haunt the sky. So I can either loot the hold and gain random treasures, or try to gain crew, which is almost not good now. Let's loot the hold. A distressingly odoured barrel. You pry the lid off. Dear God, what the blazes! Your navigator pokes the thing inside with a big stick, until assured that it's dead. I have an uncanny specimen. That's uncanny. I didn't really hurt too much from that, but I still sustained a bit of damage. Ah, new station! Also, something... What's that? That's a something to crave. I'm going to do a little Yui. Because that might be worth doing. It might just be some crap. It might not be. We don't know. We just know something. Also, make sure that I can work out. Yeah, the landmass is pretty obvious here, I think. Very spiky as well. What are we craving? Oh, it's one of those. Incautious driver. Is that? No, it's slightly different from the one I crashed into. Yeah, I've been to a couple of these before. A homestead. Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. So trade them some of your supplies, and get some bronzewood out of it. Oh, that's not bad. Bronzewood is quite expensive, I think. And that's literally the only thing I can do, so I'm going to do that. And we're near a port, so I have bronzewood. That's actually a good deal. Oh, reverse. That's actually quite a good deal. I'm happy with that. Anyway, let's get to this new port. I've absolutely no idea what this port is. We haven't actually got any... we've got to find Titania as well, which is in the north-northeast. I seem to... Yeah, I wrote that down. So Titania, north-northeast, and Carillion, north-northwest are the two things that we at some point will go to. But first, you hear a distant drone. A crewman grimaces. Chorister bees, he mutters. Actually, that's very convenient. We may end up finding what we need here. The export of this place may be... This is Titania. I'm sure this is Titania, or Titania. It is. So it's not north-northeast. Unless maybe that was notes from a previous... Better cross that off then. Right, anyway. Bugger. Right, anyway. Valentine Square. Titania is cupped in the petals of a colossal orchid, heady with scent, lurid with colour. An enclave of bohemians have made it their home, seeking inspiration in the wildness of the Reach. Oh, a pub. Good. A veiled pavilion rests in the curve of one of Let's visit the font, the old font. A veiled pavilion rests... Oh, that's what I said that. Here, the melancholy poet gathers stories from skyfarers, like me! Right, donate a sky story. Gains 15 sovs and 10 experience. Okay, so there's a little bit of a trade action going on. So I don't know if this is worth it or not. They're all the same sorts of things. Give them stuff and you get cash and experience. Well, I do actually have a vision of the heavens. We've only got one of them. And we've got 2 sky stories. Let's sell them 1 sky story. It's not very much, but it gains a little bit of stuff. The poet shivers as though the chill of the high wilderness was on their shoulders. A few notes are made in a velvet-bound notebook. The poet smiles encouragingly. Do come back! Well, let's get out of here. I think we've been there. Let's go to Oberon's Landing. The perfumed haven was intended for thinkers, artists, philosophers, and poets. Instead, you went to its main dome to find yourself surrounded by arguing bohemians and the unfinished shells of buildings in a variety of styles. Nobody looks happy, but everyone agrees it's someone else's fault. Let's write a party report. Now, what is Titania? A question with no easy answer. To the poets, a place of inspiration. To the stoneworkers, an untouched slab. To the playwrights, a blank page. A place of tranquility, of creation, and... Do you hear buzzing? Right. Well, we do need to get... I want to buy some honey if I can. Oh, I can actually speak with the mayor. Only when the port is undamaged. Ooh. Titania's petals fill the air with a perpetual perfume, but eventually you will become accustomed to it. Even so, the scent of the many flowers in the mayor's small office sends your senses reeling. Obviously unaffected, she sits behind a desk and gestures for you to take the other chair. So let's ask about Titania. A spectacular place, isn't it? We couldn't believe that nobody else had colonised it after, well, whoever built all the crystal domes and spires. Honestly, I can't believe our luck. Just ask about work. The Rhapsodic Mare shakes her head. I think you will find us most self-sufficient, Captain. Enjoy your visit. Take in some poetry. So there's not really much going on here, I don't think. Let's explore. By the looks of it, this is... Yeah, still talking about the bloody bees. By the looks of it, nothing's happening yet. So this is something that's a story for later on. So let's treat this pure... What's that? No, that's what we've been there. We've been there. Yeah, whatever. So let's just do the regular stuff. Oh, bargain! Oh, we can buy seeds from here. Okay, buy some seeds. That's cheap as chips. Not quite sure what we're going to do with those. I can always, if I don't find any buyers, I can always bung them in the bank. So there's no prospects here. But what there is what I wanted, and that's the chorister nectar. Unfortunately, it's really expensive. Really expensive. Bloody hell, it's not a bargain or anything. At least we know where to get this, but we need 5 of these. That'll cost 600 quid. We ain't got that. I think maybe have to wait for a bargain to turn up on that. That's just way too expensive. I can buy... What? I can buy 2 now, which won't be any good at all. We can partially fulfill the prospect. But no, I think I'll save the cash because I want to try to get more, if we can. I can't click the bank at this port, by the way. It don't let me. So nothing else going on here. This is basically all we can do here. I think we just have to leave. Although, I think we, once again, I could go back in again and get just a bit of extra supplyage. Fuel and supplies. I always forget to buy this. Again, more supplies than fuel. I've got 7 crew. Apparently, if you've got a full 10 crew, then you actually go through these supplies a bit quicker. So nothing really going on at Titania, but we do know where to buy some nectar if absolutely necessary. I think if we follow this round to the south, let's see what's going on. I'm going to speak to the Fortunate Navigator. Converse. He's my first officer. I'm settling in nicely, thank you, Captain. You've a good crew here, and a sharp one. The Navigator already has visited every crew member at their station. Oh, I bet he has, the dirty bugger. He's spreading himself about a bit. Well, there's nothing really much I can do with him at the moment. He's too busy banging the crew. Oh, Willow, what's going on here? This ain't great. This is a dead bloody end. Ah. Titania's in the middle of nowhere. Ugh. Never had a dead end in this game before. Bloody hell. It is. It's a goddamn... There must be a way through to the left here. Oh, I'm at the petal end. Give me a bit of extra experience. I barely touched the sides. That's no good at all. I'm going to send my bass out. I'm not quite sure if that's... Oh! Also got some more experience. Not quite sure that's going to be that useful. Oh, okay. If we can just get there, then incredible things will happen. I think when it's a question mark, it's not going to be a port. Oh! That might be some wood that... I think you need something to actually mine that with. Yeah, you need... Careful. Careful. Yeah, it requires mining. Phew! I think that the mining tool, I think, is 500 quid. And we can get to the west here. That's nice. We are getting a bit further out now. You are not a bandit, I don't think. Oh, it is. It's Bandit City. Okay, be careful. Careful. There's a lot of them. Brackets 2. Go carefully. Marauders have made encampment here. In the recesses of the wood. Oh dear. That's a quite nasty looking weapon. Oh, bloody hell. I got Summit. No, there's 3 of them. I had a feeling that might happen immediately. Okay. Let's hide around the corner. That's actually coming... No. Oh, bloody hell, another one! Right, I'm getting out of here. This is too hot for us. Can't take on 4. At least one will give chase, but... I'm sure the others will just... I don't know. have a cup of tea somewhere. Have a small glass of sherry with the boys. He's really tracking us. Oh no! Miss me. Ah! What are you? Oh, careful. Oh, he's got his other weapon now. He's got 2 weapons. A once proud engine drifts here, riven by a destructive... Let's have a look. It's the Parzifal. The engine drifts unhappily through the sky. Some unholiness keeps the front of the engine tethered to the rest, despite the eruptions of corpse-white fungus that divides the train. The locomotive's side is scored with black scars. The name Parsifal can be made out in brass letters. The first engine through the avid horizon, a navigator whispers. London's pride once... captained by Lieutenant Commander Percy Blythe. Since it's English, it should be lieutenant, I guess. The engine was to chart new horizons beyond Albion. Never did come back. Let's board it. You're unaware of what happened, okay? Right. Basically saying we can only do this once. Bolt cutters and pry bars are required to break the outer door. Its locking mechanism is antiquated and slickened with an oily substance. You wrench the door open and immediately greeted with a cloud of yellowing spores. Ugh. A few gas lights flicker on the walls. The scratchy sounds of a gramophone can be heard. And when the siege is over, we to the town repair, the townsmen cry. Hurrah, boys! Here comes a grenadier! How peculiar. Uh-oh! There's blood. Oh dear. Into the captain's cabin. In the first designs for London engines, the captains always room towards the back of the train for their protection. Investigate the armoury. Breach the fungus. I've got like half a chance of doing that. Well, let's investigate. Let's go to the captain's place. Plush seats surround a decaying paper map, placed on a mahogany table. Drinks, some floating with mildew, have been poured in glasses around the table. Maps hang from sprouting fronds like peeling wallpaper. Spores float gently through the room. Logbooks lie scattered around the table. None date from after 1897. The engine's destination was to be Traitor's Wood. The last entry regards a stop at Hybris, which they named High Brazil. Something was brought on board. You've gained 1 terror. And then a song of some description. That's not good. So that was not helpful. Investigate the armoury. The solid iron walls of the armoury are stained and rotted with sporing bodies. Ooh. Ooh. Amongst the outdated and used weaponry, you uncover a trove of novels. Fanciful stuff, but all concerned with the possibilities of space travel and the interaction between modern man and the alien. You've gained another terror. Oh, bloody hell. Shouldn't investigate this place at all. Right, let's try and breach the fungus. Still got 50% chance-ish. Now we fucked it. Bugger! Sabres serve to hack away the plump, bulging intrusions. It peels away like flesh carved from a roast pig. The smell is considerably worse. The work is slow-going. These twitching sheaths of fungus are of enormous size and depth. An American stoker remembers the redwood trees of his youth. Eventually, enough of a path is cleared. Okay, so we have done it. It's just that it terrified us somewhat. The front of the engine is even more infected with sprouting mushrooms and sporing fungal growths. So we can... Oh, 37%, bloody hell. Let's explore the crew cabins. The sound of the gramophone are louder here. Battered metal and tormented wood panelling comprises the confines in which the crew dwelled. Chubby toadstools, round as pastries, dot the cramped bunk beds. Mementos of home are scattered around the fruiting debris. Slim volumes of Arnold and Blake, vials of honey, and engravings of simple domestic scenes can be found on every bunk. Let's have a look. So we've got even more terror. On thee our hopes we fix. God save us all. Right, let's try. And this looks like... I don't know, we're not going to be able to do this, are we? 37%. Traversed the sporing carriage. Oops, missed. Oh! That was lucky. You go alone. Your crew disappear behind you, lost in a haze of orange and gold. You feel a peculiar sensation. Your hands tingle as though wishing to reach out, to touch the fungus, as though for one more drink. You increase your speed. And you find yourself before the engine room door. Still more majestic shall thou rise, more dreadful from each foreign stroke, as the loud blast that tears the skies, serves but to root thy native oak. The engine room is before you. Light and music spill from under the door. The thick steel door is scored with bullet holes and is held in place by tendrils of ropey white fungus. As you approach, you notice the damage done to the walls, riddled with bullets. Old stains on the carpet. An attack was mounted on the engine room. You can hear music loud and clear from inside. An eerie green light pours through the hinges like floodwater. You push open the door. May God have mercy on your soul. And that. The engine room is cold as a sunless sky. That's the name of a game, surely. Your breath hangs in long chains before you. The boiler is off. The infernal gramophone sits atop a boiler. The music is no better for being closer to it. Before you lies a dance macabre. A dance? A dance macabre of fungus and corpses, and in frond. On the wall, suspended by fungus, is a body in a captain's uniform. What bloody hell happened here? The corpses bear bullet wounds. They are unmarred by fungus, decaying in peace. Among the rank insignia, you spot a first officer, a chief engineer, and a conductor. All died violent deaths. Oh dear. Oh, see, when burnt, the spores would have infected the whole engine. Oh, okay, alright. Let's examine the corpse. What can possibly go wrong? The corpse of the finest officer of his generation hangs from the wall, suspended by chains of pale fronds. His skin is sallow, and there are strands of golden fungus across his cheek, as though a sun sits beneath the skin. His eyes open. Percy Blythe looks down on you. Blue fruiting heads speckle his beer like hanging seaweed. Next to him the gramophone crackles out its dreary anthems of years past. His mouth opens too wide as he speaks. His jaw cracks. He lives! More terror. And also, la la la. Suspended from chains of fungus, Percy Blythe begins to stir, improbably alive. He fixes his gold flex eyes on you, as his mouth begins to move as though wanting to speak. He groans. His mouth opens impossibly wide, and a cloud of yellow spores emerge. I am all that's left. An oily liquid begins to drip from his left eye. I am the child of the grave garden. The voice alters, becomes more clipped, more static, like those of the voices on the gramophone. I am Lieutenant Commander Percy Blythe. I am captain of the Parzifal. My task was to explore the wilderness and return home with new discoveries. I am all that remains. I want to go home. So let's see. God, there's loads of stuff. Let's just ask him a couple of things. How did this happen? We met the children on Hybris. We sought to know each other. Wanted to go to the wood. Wanted to see what was kept from us. Percy is drooling as he speaks. We made contact on Hybris. The fungus was so bright, so beautiful. I brought it aboard, God forgive me. I wanted the crew to see, to know. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Some came willing, others refused to join us. We had to... He breaks off into silence, staring away into the middle distance. I'm getting even more slightly terrified. Let's see what happened to him. Percy Blythe launches into a long, meandering, slurred story of children and gardens, of a cruel king who needed but did not love his subjects, despite their love for him, of knowledge denied and growth checked, of tyranny and freedom, of grief and betrayal and longing. The music bursts into sudden life. Percy jerks and fixes you with an infected eye. I was stupid. I thought we'd be welcome here, and we were. We were welcomed. We were loved. The children, the Verdants, they wanted us. He begins to sob. It is a sad, squelching sound. I'm consoling him now. Thank you, he says. Some talk of Alexander, some of Hercules, of Hector and Lysander, and some great names as these. With all the world's great heroes, there's none that can compare with a tow row, 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 row to the British Grenadiers. All right. Can the Parsifal still fly? No! Sabotage, mutiny, ignorance, no fuel. The children too greedy, spread too fast. Like fire. The engine is broken, the crew all gone. I am alone. Piss. Decide his fate. Lieutenant Commander Percy Blythe, decorated hero of London forces, first captain through the avid horizon, gazes at you, slack jaws and unseeing. Please, he rasped, take me home or finish this. We just wanted to know what was kept from us in Traitor's Wood. Why did our king not love his children? You've uncovered the fate of the Parsifal. Now to decide what must be done with it. Oh dear. What is to be done? Burn! Take him to Hybris, return him to Mother? Or to London? Or to Traitor's Wood? Know where Traitor's Wood is? Ooh, maybe we can find out. Let's do that one. Achievement unlocked. Blythe Spirit. Thank you, Steam. The remnant of Percy Blythe does not appear to register your response. His head bobs with the tilting of the locomotive. You begin cutting the body down. You are forced to cut down a whole section of the wall, exposing the metal shell of the Parsifal, and carry Blythe out upon it. On board your engine, he mutters and twitches, as though diminished by separation. You leave the Parsifal drifting alone in the sky. So we need to go to Traitor's bloody wood. Oh, no, run for it, lads. Tonk. Ouch. Reverse. Mate. Just kill it. Wait for it. No. Hang on. Wait for it to underheat or whatever the word is. Got you. Right, let's go in for the kill. We may as well. It's steaming. It's gonna die. Oh, missed. Got you. Unfortunately, he did get me a little bit. Loot the hold or search for survivors. Again, just loot the hold. An intriguingly bulging sack. Oh, souls. I'll take that. Unfortunately, my hold is now full. That's also increased my terror quite a bit, that last encounter. Hello, what's it? Oh, there it is. So what have I actually got then? I got some munitions. That was from the encounter from the bandit camp. I got some bronze wood, got some munitions, I got some souls. Little bits of bobs all over the shop. Not ideal. Can leave that behind. So I don't know where Traitor's Wood is, obviously. Oh, bloody hell, I'm right at the very edge of forever. I think we might have to go back. Oh, through the bloody bandits. Let's try going north. We were originally going to go north, weren't we? See what's what. Oh, oh! Don't tell me it's a no. I think we're fine. Now there's some more wood there for hewing, and also a bandit over to the left. Let's try. Oh, actually, I'm not sure it is a bandit. It's not red. It's not very red, anyway. So maybe a port out here. Oh, what's that old junk? There's a question mark there. What is this? A drifting skyrock livid with fungal growth. I don't think there's anything. I don't think so, anyway. I don't think I can do anything with it. Let's head north. I've got little things in my hold. I really want a bigger hold. I also need to reduce my terror, because that story has increased things dramatically. Didn't get much experience out of that. I wonder how Traitor's Wood is then. I wonder if it's really close by, to make it nice for us. Could circle round to the question mark. We send my bat out again. See what else is around. Oh! Uh-oh. Oh, I've got a few things. Let's try to avoid those mosquito bat things. Oh, hello. Is that a wind? I think that's a wind. I want to get away from those things, though. Oh, it's something to crave. An importunate moaning keeps you awake at night. The howl of the candle wind. Or the groaning of a crewman's stomach. Tack! Oh, there's loads of those bats. I'm going to try and push against it, because those bats do not look very clever. I'm not going to get that crave thing. We'll end up getting stuck if we go that way, I think. And we have to fight the bats, and I don't want to fight the bats. Oh, the wind isn't too terrifying. Phew. To hell with you, candle wind. Oh, there's a thing there. Broken stonework drifts by. Oh, it requires a saying. And also, that is a prick. Also, there's lots of pricks around here. There's also some up north. This is less than ideal. Urgh. Crash into each other! Yes! Slightly out of range. Careful. God, I'm being chased by bandits everywhere. Bandits. Don't know what you are. You're a hand. I'm not going to be able to get to that question mark, am I? I'm not going to worry too much. I will actually need to find a port soon. Oh, my terror's gone terroring. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Uh-oh. This is not... Oh, God, look at this. There's a port there. Let's see if we can actually get to there. Oh, God, I'm terrified suddenly, according to this. I'm untroubled, but it's just the fact that it is... the skull's throbbing. Which is less than ideal. I think we're going to start having nightmares or... What's that? Oh, didn't actually even see that interacting. The Regent's Grave. The heart of the forest. Force over the gate. The Traitor's Gate. Oh, hello. It's the Traitor's bloody gate. The gates will not budge. No. You see no sign of any such object nearby. Perhaps the station at Traitor's Wood might be a good starting point. Let's leave. Well, that's convenient. I wonder if that's Traitor's Wood then, up there. Only one way to find out. Blimey. That was lucky. Then we conclude the story of the wreck of the path. Oh, donkey dicks. I'm stuck. I have to go back. All the way round again. Oh, game. I didn't realize there were dead ends in this game. I've never seen one before. Well, let's just hope we don't encounter those bandits too bad. Oh, hello. This is the terror. That night, your sleep is peppered with uncomfortable dreams. A dream of a midnight meadow. Above you, the stars are going out one by one, as if their gas pipes have been turned off. Flowers bloom in the dark, coloured in a spectrum of blacks that was hitherto imperceptible. The black of grief. The black of before times, the blacks of liberation and of possibility. Rainbow arches across the newly empty sky in 7 subtle shades, all black, of course. Right, so this is basically I need to do something about this whole terror situation. Got 28% chance of that. I could just accept the terror, or I could 15% chance. No, let's try that. No, 5 terrors. Right, come on. This is not good. 51%. We need to get to this bollocksing port. But we've got a long way to go. So a long way around. Oh god, you again. Ow! Shit. My hull's actually really not doing well. It's doing very badly indeed. I'm a bit concerned here. We may not make this. I've got the game on merciful though, so it won't be the end of the world if we die. It's just we have to reload from the last port, which would be quite a bit of progress lost. Oh, it's you again. Bugger off! Look at my hull! 1! That's really, really, really bad. We're about to die. If I touch anything, I'll die. A chorister corpse! Oh, I could get nectar for free. No, I can't. 15%. Gain experience instead. Alright. Oh, 150! Bloody hell. Right, so we've got to make sure that we don't crash into anything or do anything at all. And somehow, I need to get to there. I can't get back to Titania. We're going to have to risk this. This is going to be really hard. Never mind about that. The Regent's Tears. If we see any bandits, we're buggered. If we see any more bats, we're buggered. A tremble in the air, which swells to a thunder. It's pretty on the left there. Regent's Tears. I don't know if I should stick to the edges or not, but that'd be a bit problematic. Oh, look! Hives. Oh, that's... Oh, it was bees that we attacked. Bees! Bees! Bloody bees. Never mind about that. The port is not too far away, but we do move slowly. Oh, come on. One hull. We can't even repair the hull when we get to port. At least we'll be able to save the game when we get to port. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to mistime my approach to the station. I'm going to crash into the wall and die. Is this? What's this? The map doesn't quite... This is tough. Yes, there we go. What's that noise? I hear noise. I hear buzzing. I'm very scared. Over to the left. I heard buzzing. This is... I'm so on the edge here. We're so gonna die. The deep wood. Whatever. Who cares? Let's get round here. The noises are abating. Come on, we're so close. A gloomy disquiet settled over your engine. Morale is fragile. Incautious driver. I came here once. Don't remember why. A king? His cup? Port. Fart. Fart. Oh, that's decreased our terror something good. Okay, so very gingerly. Come on, don't crash into the bloody wall. Yes! We're safe. Oh, thank God for that. The forest's edge and a traitor's wood. So, let's see if we can actually conclude this thing. I don't know actually where to go. The wood guards its secrets. Wonder what I can... I'm going to try and see if I can drop off this thing. Hang on. I'm not quite sure where that would actually be. Let me get to the parting glade. Ah, here we go. The forest rises behind the station where a few tents have been set up. What might be an owl calls from somewhere in the wood. In the far distance, a great stone barrow rises over the trees. Drop off Percy Blythe. One last mission. His eyes are golden as though reflecting sunlight. His handshake is weak and his voice rasps. His periods of lucidity have been intermittent and fewer by the day. He is alert now. Captain, no reward, my medallions! He fumbles at his breast to unpin his stained medals. You are compelled to assist. He clutches your hand before turning the face the darkening wood. At last, we will know. I should not be here. I should not have been kept from here. He walks slowly into the pale wood. The trees bow as he passes, as though to embrace him. He does not look back. Percy Blythe has entered Traitor's Wood. 500 quid? 1,000 experience? Percy Blythe is gone. Port report. Nice. Well, there's plenty of other stuff to do here, but for now, let's actually stop. Hopefully we'll pick this up again in a new episode if you guys seem to be enjoying this, because I enjoy playing this a lot. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Do subscribe to be notified when new stuff goes live about all the latest and best new indie games around, and I'll see you next time.